Sorry golf friends, you lost me there, I'm back. Yeah, so I parred that in. And we're going to this hole now. Yeah, what I was saying, yeah, it's worth watching for $3.49 tin cup. It's worth watching. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. $3.49. It's worth watching. There's also the one about the US Open, where this young amateur beats Harry Varden and somebody else. Forgot who the other professional was. And I might watch the Seve story as well. It'll be interesting. I want to watch all these golf films because I'd never thought of it before. I think Tiger Woods had a film out as well. Somebody acted Tiger Woods. I think he's got his own film and all. Right, here we go, bunk on the line. Let's actually hit it straight this time, John. Yeah, you've done it this time, boy. That's a high, nasty bomb. Oh, it's at a funny angle, but it's a high, nasty bomb, that one. Wind's in my face, so it'll not be as far as you think, but that was a high, nasty bomb. I like that. I did like that one. Phil would be proud of it. Tin Cup would be proud of that. Yeah, so I might watch the Seve story as well. That might be a good film to watch. The story of Seve Ballesteros, how he started out. I'm surprised Gary Player didn't have a film, because his story's amazing. How he started off, his first ever Open, when he qualified, he spent all his money on the plane fare to get there. He had to actually sleep. The 2 qualifying rounds, he had to actually sleep on the beach at St Andrews in a tent because he couldn't actually afford the hotel fees. That's how little golfers earned back then. Gary Player, when he qualified, he had to sleep on the beach at St Andrews when he qualified for the Open. As he must have been an amateur then. He mustn't have been doing well then. He must have been an amateur, because he ended up being a wealthy guy. There's those Canadian geese and those two little, I don't know if they're not ducks, they're like the wrens, you call them wrens? I've known them ever since they were little tiny chicks. Here's my ball here. Yeah, it's a strong wind in my face, and I knew I wouldn't have gotten all the way down past these bunkers. I thought I'd be level with them, but I'm just short of them, so it's not as long as you think. It's a strong wind in my face. In fact, it's a hell of a long way. So this is going to be about 175 yards, believe it or not, because the wind's that strong in my face. I thought I hit that really well, to be honest, but obviously not. 183. I'm going to get there's going to be 170 odd. It's going to be, I don't even think my 6 iron is going to be enough, but I'm going to have to take it. My hybrid's going to be too long. Before hybrid, I think it's going to be too long. Right, okay, 177. Oh, I've topped it. Done a Rick Shields, tried to hit it too hard. I've done a total Rick Shields, and I've tried to hit the coating off it because I knew the wind was in my face and I wasn't going to carry it. And that's why I ended up topping it and hit 100 yards down the fairway. Very simple. Not a big error, apart from you try to whack the hell out of it, and that's why you do that. And I think that's what happened at Castle Eden, to be honest, as well. I think I tried the first 4 holes. I wasn't swinging within myself, I was trying to overdo it. And then I focused more on hitting it better rather than harder. And then it came together, didn't it? That's what you've got to do, focus on hitting it better rather than harder. If you don't think you're going to carry it, an extra couple of clubs. Unfortunately, I didn't. hole, and I've buggered it up. I think that's me just short of the bunker. I've got a little pitch on actually. I've actually hit it further than I thought. Tonight we're gonna get on the floor. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, they've gone now. He must have found his ball. He must have found his lucky ball because he's gone now. Yeah, he's obviously found it. Right, 34 yards, it'll pitch up. Bit damp, this is a dangerous shot, but if I play it well, it'll come off. It's all right. Digged a little bit into the turf, but wasn't a complete duffer. Oh. Dee 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 dee. Yeah, I know that feeling once you get a ball that lasts 2 rounds or something, you want to keep hold of it, and when it's gone, you get a little bit peed off. I know the feeling. Yes, good par save that, John. Well done. Very good par save. Happy with that. I'm the only bloke on the course now, I think. Bloody hell, it's nearly 6 o'clock. I didn't realise that. I've been talking so much, it's nearly 6 o'clock. Right, I'll do 5 and 6, 7 and 8, see if I can do them in half an hour. In half 6 it'll be pitch black, but at least I've gave it a go. Hey, golf friends, you know, I'm so sorry. Today, Saturday, is the traditional Dinsdale Saturday, and haven't been able to do it today for years because I'm just not well, and I don't think there'll be many more Dinsdale Saturdays unless something severely changes. Used to wake up on a Saturday and I used to look forward to it. I used to be like, oh right, a couple of hours you'll pull round, John, then you'll get in the shower and then book your round up in Dinsdale and off you go. I used to love, at first, my first couple of rounds, I didn't appreciate Dinsdale for what it was. I was too focused on the tripwires and everything, but once I played a couple of rounds, I started to appreciate the challenge of it, because it's not an easy course, Dinsdale. I find it second hardest actually to Rockcliffe, and then, excuse me, I find it second hardest to Rockcliffe. I find it harder than Durham City actually. Yeah, I find quite a tough course, by the way. That is not an easy course, Durham City. I don't care what any of you say out there, Durham City is not an easy course. Not an easy course. Obviously if you're a member and you've played it for years and years and years, you'll just be like, what's he talking about? Of course it's an easy course, but for visitors going there for the first time, all the different holes and everything, it's a hard course that to master, let me tell you. Very nice course, Durham City. I love it. Here we go, driver out, being aggressive, see how far I can get down. I shouldn't really, I should normally take a hybrid, but lost my balance, but the results are okay. It's a bit further right than I thought. I think it's in the trees, you know. I think I've drove it well into them trees. I think it's in them trees on the right. My dad tomorrow, lucky bugger that he is, goes to Portugal tomorrow. He's going away to Portugal for a week tomorrow. Got his COVID pass in the nick of time, and he's away to Portugal to play all these courses. I'd give me left arm to go to Portugal and play all those courses. I'd say in that, there's some, why go to Portugal when there's so many decent courses over here? But I know why he's going, because of the decent weather and everything. I don't blame him for the decent weather, because it's still a little bit chilly. We're in March now, middle of March, but it's still chilly, isn't it? It's still a little bit chilly. Still got to have your coats and stuff on at times. I mean, today it's been 14 degrees, but it's chilly now, because it's 6 o'clock. But yeah, lucky bugger's going to Portugal, and he's got to be playing all these courses, not top courses, but a bit with the course Ian plays, you know, a bit like that in Portugal. So good luck to him. There's not many courses abroad, you know, that I would want to play. I'd love to play that Chambers Bay, like a proper American links course. I'd like to play something like that. I'd love to play Augusta, obviously. But apart from that, there's not really many courses I'd want to play. Sawgrass, I don't think I would appreciate it. I think it's too artificial for us. Possibly. That Beta Page Black place, that beats what you gotta be called, I can't pronounce it. Is that my ball over there on the left? Is it? Can it be? Oh, I must have faded it. I must have faded it a little bit. It's perfect. It's right down the middle of the fairway. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Maybe the links courses, Chambers Bay, Kiwa Island looks beautiful, by the way. Kiwa Island looks beautiful. I'd love to play Kiwa Island. That's one course I would want to play, Kiwa Island. 106 pitch and wedge. By the time I get it's going to be under 100. Yeah, Kiwa Island, I'd love to play that course. That looks beautiful. People go on about Pebble Beach, 103. Okay, here we go. Just a little punch in. Overhit that. Yeah, people go on. Where's my divot? It's way over there. People go on about Pebble Beach and stuff. But my divots, I don't know why, they go hundreds of yards ahead of me. I don't know why. Always go hundreds of yards ahead of me, my divots. Yeah, what was I saying? Pebble Beach, yeah. All these people go on about Pebble Beach, saying, oh, it's beautiful, this and that. Yeah, I've looked at Pebble Beach going out. The outwards holes, like the first sort of 7 or 8 outward holes look beautiful, but after that, you're like in here, like a housing estate, and there's houses around you and everything. And Harbour Town is a little bit like that. That Liam played. I don't think I would fully appreciate Harbour Town. I don't think I'd fully appreciate Pebble Beach. I think the first 8 holes or something, I would think to myself, oh, hey, what a beautiful course this is. Then you come to the back 9, apart from the 18th, I don't think I would appreciate this. Off the 18th, I think the rest of the holes I would just be like, well, this is like playing Wynyard, we're in a housing estate, and you know, I don't think I would fully appreciate that place. The desert courses in America, no, desert courses aren't for me. Scottsdale and Wolf Creek and all that, I don't think, desert courses aren't for me. I don't think I would appreciate the desert courses. I like natural courses. So the likes of Chambers Bay and where was it? Chambers Bay, where did they have the Ryder Cup at? It's alright, it's a decent part. Yeah, places like that, I wouldn't mind giving them a go. But like, when I think about it, I was in California and I never got to, I passed it loads of times. In San Diego, Torrey Pines. Now, believe it or not, if you're a California resident and you've got evidence that you've got a house there, you can get on for, at the time you could get on for $50. For non-residents, it was $350. So what does that tell you? They don't want foreigners on the coast, they just want people. But we'll pass times Torrey Pines. But yet once I never fancied it. It didn't quite fit the bill for me. And I could have played it for $50. Torrey Pines, the proper, the what do you call it, the south course. I could have played that for $50, but at the time I just said, you know what, it doesn't look the sort of course I would appreciate. Oh, excuse me, my stomach's terrible at the minute. It really is. Oh, you don't want to know what's happening with my toilet habits at the minute. And it coincides with all this pain. Yeah, so I don't know. Brandon Dunes in Australia looks alright, but you'd have to go all the way to Australia to play it. What other courses would I like? There's not that many, to be honest. It's a good drive. And like all the ones here, Carnoustie and stuff, see, Carnoustie, I mean, like, I've been to Carnoustie and it's a tough course, don't get us wrong, I haven't played it. I went when the Alfred was on, I couldn't afford that, 200 quid a round. Same as Turnberry. Turnberry, I wouldn't mind playing Turnberry. That looks more natural than Carnoustie. Carnoustie is a funny course. It's like half links, half inland course. It's strange. It's a strange looking course, and the setup. It's a bit like Seaton Carew. When I was at Carnoustie, I felt like I shouldn't really be here. You know what I mean? I went to Kingsbarns. That was lovely, Kingsbarns, but that was a brand new sort of setup. And obviously the old course at St Andrews, and at St Andrews, I didn't feel like I didn't want to be there, but I pulled the car up at the time and I walked for the Alfred Dunhill. I was walking there because I went to see the tournament and everything, so I was a student up in Scotland, so I went to see it. And the minute I stood, I got out of the car park, and you got from the car park to the 16th hole, which is the long sort of par 5, I think, when you got the road at the side and the fence. And the minute I walked onto the fairway to get across to where the first hole was, I felt very, very uneasy. I said, what's wrong? I said, what's wrong? What, you know? And I got a sixth sense of that place, all the history and the tradition of the game, and then I just went, wow. So I've never felt like this before. Not like I didn't want to be there, but I felt it not at ease. not at ease, and I wasn't even playing. I had this feeling like I'm not a good enough golfer to even be watching here. You know what I mean? I'm not even a good enough golfer to be watching these guys here. All the history and all these great players who've walked down these fairways, and you know, all the way from old Tom Morris, James Braid, Harry Varden, Ben Hogan, Bobby Jones, all of them people coming up to the modern era with Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, Faldo, Mickelson, Tiger Woods, all these great players, Seve Ballesteros, Lee Trevino, and I just thought, I'm not a good enough person to be here. You just get the sense that you shouldn't be even on the same turf as these golfers. But it sounds a load of nonsense, doesn't it? But if you've ever been to one of these tournaments, you'll get what I mean. Right, pitching wedge is probably not enough, but it's the only club I've got in the bag. I think 135, and 8 iron's too much. We'll give it a go. Oh, I've not hit that great. I've hit it low. It'll roll round and it'll be a pitch on the green. But no, you've just got to remember, these guys are just humans like us. They're just humans who happen to have a talent for golf. And to be fair, I'm not going to be a big head, but I shot a 77 at Castleden. Tiger Woods would probably shoot a 60, but you know, that's not a bad score in itself. But then Tiger would probably go there, or someone like that, and he would just shoot a 62 and just be like, right, see you later. If I played Tiger Woods, you know, when I think about it now, if I played Tiger Woods, I would probably have to give him a 15 shot. No, hold on a minute, no, with my handicap, hold on. Yeah, I would probably have to give him 15 shots. Even at a 10 handicapper, I would have to give, in fact, I would probably have to give Tiger a shot a hole except the par 3s, I think. And even then, no, even the par 3s, I'd probably have to give him a shot. I'd probably have to give him a shot a hole. That's how good he is. And I think I'm all right. Every hole I'll play, I would have to give him a shot. Right, where's my ball at? There is the ball. It's probably on top of here, you know, or in the bunker. If it's gone in the bunker, I'm going to cry. Because I thought I would have run round that. Oh, I'm in the bunker. Oh, dearie me. I thought I hit it just to the right enough to avoid the bunker, but I haven't. I'm in it. I was in the bunker. There we are. I am in the bunker. Right, 54.50. Where the hell's the 58? There it is. I thought I hit it well enough to miss this, but oh, it's just run in. Look, you can see the trail mark. It's run in. Never mind. Nice fluffy sand, should be able to get it out. Yeah. No to the bother. I just hit it too far left, that's all. You can probably see the flag well from there, can you? I'll just leave it there then. I might be able to do something now actually. Still a little bit light, but we're running out of time. I reckon I've got 2-3 holes left at the most in me out of this light. Oh, pretty straight, John. It was pretty straight. Yeah, and that was straight. No, it's a shame. It was nearly another par. Shame I thought it was going a bit right or left, but never mind. And I've started to watch this film, The Negotiator, with Jackson in it now. So that'll be interesting. Samuel L. Jackson, the Negotiator. So nobody tell me what happens with that. I just started to watch it until I decided to come out. Oh, this pain's getting ridiculous now. Ooh. Right, back to the scene of the crime with the hole-in-one. What started all these videos. I always get a good vibe off this. I always say this when I'm on camera, but I just want to make a point. If it wasn't for this hole in this, the channel would never have existed. I just like to make a point of that. I kept this going for a good while, this channel. Where's my glove? Here we go, 6 iron. Oh, I've got no strength today, you know, really haven't. Oh, I've towed it. I think it's short of the green, that. I towed it a bit, I didn't give it a full clean strike again. I haven't got the energy tonight, golf friends, I've got to be honest. I really haven't got the energy. Oh. Oh, Christ. Someone's got to do something about this pain, you know. It's getting ridiculous. In my eyes, especially my eyes, and the throbbing non-stop. Dance the night away, da 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 da. Tonight we get on the floor, na da 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 da. Tonight we get down on the floor. Bum 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 bum. You'll find us chasing the sun, bum 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 bum, da 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 da. Dee 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 dee. You'll find us chasing the sun. Dee dee dee. Dee 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 dee. We've only just begun. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. You'll find us chasing the sun. Oh bloody hell! I'm as short as Danny DeVito. That's how short I am. I'm as short as. In fact, I'm probably shorter than him. Probably shorter than Warwick Davis. Right. Yep, I'm shorter than Warwick Davis. Sorry, Warwick. Nothing wrong with being short, mate. In fact, it's got a lot of advantages. I'll take a pitching wedge actually and try and just guide it down there. I never normally play this sort of shot, but the little bump and run with a pitching wedge. Let's see how I do. Mightn't be great because I don't often play it, but we'll give it a go. It's all right, bit right. Bit right, not great. But again, not bad, not bad at all. Still a hard par putt, like I wouldn't, it's got a bit further than I thought. I wouldn't give myself this. Oh, nearly had it. Nearly had it. It's a 4. You'll find us chasing the sun. Oh, I don't know if I've got it in me to do the next 2 holes. I'm just so weak. There's no energy on out. Got to give it a damn go this 8th and then possibly the 9th. And even then, the 1st, if it's not pitch black by then, I'll give the 1st a go. As always. You'll find us chasing the sun. Dee 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 dee. If I'm alright, I might drive to Costa, get myself a decaf latte. Like I say, it doesn't mean much to use, but to me it's a massive thing. It's a massive, massive thing, just driving to the services. It's just saying to the, whatever this is, you're not beating us, you're still not beating me. It's getting there, mine now, I'm telling you, it's getting there at the point it is beating me. It is really sort of beating us up every day now, badly. I'm starting to lose my resilience. I've got to be honest, I really am now. Starting to lose my resilience. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's the honest truth. I'm losing my resilience now. And I've had my second infusion. That hasn't worked. I'm starting to get a bit desperate now, in all honesty. It's a good drive, it's feeling a little bit left and it's got a lot of height on it. So it'll not be as far as I think. And there's becoming a point now I'm going to have to start thinking about bloody, because I can't rely on my parents all the time now and I'm hardly working, and I'm starting to worry about things now, like I'm going to have to start signing up on the dole and bloody get a medical exemption and all this kind of stuff. It's horrible thinking like that, but I'm getting to that point where I'm needing to start to think about these things, signing on the dole and getting a medical exemption saying I can't work at the minute and everything because of my health and everything. It's not nice, but I'm going to have to start thinking about this now because I'm literally working. In fact, if you accumulated all the work together, it's about an hour a week now. It's just not enough. It's really just not enough. I'm in so much pain now that I just can't. I can't do anything. I mean, you see me walking on a golf course. The mental determination, guts it's taken me to do this. I mean, you've seen me now. I can't play golf now until about 5:30 until I pull around. It's just I haven't got a life, golf friends, to be honest, at the minute. I don't like saying this. But it's letting it all out, I suppose. And I used to have such an active life. God, when I think about what I used to do, lad, I used to work 50 hours a week, you know. Doing fairs, car boots, going to people's houses, collecting stuff, blah, 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 blah. I think I was working more than anyone I know. The weekends I was waking up 6 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock doing Tynemouth, doing fairs, doing God knows what. That didn't finish till about 4 or 5 o'clock. I wasn't getting back in the house till 6:30, and then I was working, putting stuff on the internet till 10 o'clock at night. And now look at me. I can hardly do a damn thing, and oh, that can't be the ball just there. Oh, it's right on the top of the bloody hill. I've hit that straight up in the air, I must have. I know there's a bit of a wind in your face, John, but how? It hasn't even started rolling down the bloody hill. It's stuck up here on the bank. I'm going to have about 200 yards in. I'm going to have about a 200 yard shot. What does the watch say? No, I haven't. 168. How much is it by the time I get there? Just take your 6 iron, I think, and hit it well and just hope you get it there. That's all I can do. I don't think it is enough to get there, but you're going to have to just give it a try. Oh, I've hit it way off to the right. I've done a Rick Shields again. It's findable. It's way off on the right side. It's going to be a chip on the green, but it's a Rick Shields shot where I've tried to whack the pants out of it like he did at Rockcliffe, and it doesn't work, golf friends. It does not work. You're better off taking a higher club, but of course I just had a 4 hybrid. You're better off just taking a higher club, your 5 iron, and just going easy on it. That's the challenge of a half set. That is the challenge of a half set. Unfortunately, sometimes you've got to make adjustments in between clubs, and that to me, ideally, I would say, right, well, ideally, I would take my 5 iron to make sure I get it over the plateau green, because the wind's in my face, but I didn't have my 5, I only had my 6 or my 4 hybrid, which would have been way too much. And I hit it 100%. I don't like hitting half-heartedly clubs, because that's another way how you duff your shots. Always commit to the shot. I've always told you that. Any of you who are high handicappers, always commit to your shot, never quit on the shot, because that's when the problems arise. Here's the ball here. Yep, never ever quit on the shot. It's the worst thing you can possibly do. What have I got? 39. 58. Just pitch it on. Didn't give it enough. Right, I know I'm miles away, but I'm just going to leave the camera there. Hopefully you can see the green from there. Then we'll move on to the 9th. Got a long for a par here. Here we are, to 5. Yeah, I think I can do one more hole and then that's it. I think we've got one more hole left with the daylight and that's it. I'll tell you what, I'll do the 9th again for yous. I actually, I said at the start, didn't I? I birdied that just as the practice hole. because I was going to do the 9th. I said I'll do that as the warm-up hole and then I'll do the back 9, but somebody was on. In fact, no, I need the toilet again. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, golf mates, I might have to... Nah, I'm going to have to go to the loo. Although I'll try and go through the 9th. I don't think I'll have an emergency. But in fact, no, I better go, golfers. I better cut it off there, because it can turn into an emergency, and I don't want to be halfway down the fairway and then all of a sudden say, bloody hell, I've got to dash to the toilet. I'll head back. It's a shame, because I did birdie it. The first hole. I thought, Christ almighty, how have I done that? I've birdied it, first attempt. But obviously just a bit of luck, I think, because if I've never birdied this hole, I can't remember the last time I did birdie this hole. It's bloody tough, the 9th. But no, I better get back to the house, because yeah, I made the right decision. My gut is just absolutely terrible now, and I swear to you, if this isn't some sort of bacteria causing all this pain and stuff, I don't know what is, because I don't think colitis is responsible for all this. It might well be, but I don't think it is. I think we're going down the total wrong lines. Shivering me full of biological colitis drugs, I don't think it's gonna do the trick, personally. But I'll keep following the consultant's advice, and eventually he might click and say, look, I'm wrong here. I'm wrong. I think John's right. Maybe it is some sort of bacterial infection or something, and we've got to get rid of it. And then we can treat the colitis rather than the other way around. I think the bacteria is making the colitis worse. I do have colitis. I do trust Dr. Spate when he says, I think you've got colitis. I do trust him. Oh, I do trust him when he says, I think you've got colitis, but I don't think it's everything. I think there's a bloody bad bacteria in there, as the test said there was, and we need to eradicate it, and we need to do something to stop it. But as long as he keeps going down the lines of it's colitis, there's nothing I can do. He's the consultant, he's the one who treats me, and if I refuse his treatment, he'll not treat us, you know? He'll not treat us for out else, so I've got to keep him on my side. I just don't know. Anyway, I'm almost at the house now. Oh, man. Righty, I'll just put it there. I think the keys are in the house. Okay, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. See you later, golf friends. See you later. Bye for now. Bye.